Hello! Hello to my replay viewers. I love all the hearts I get from my replay viewers. Gonna wait and see if anybody comes in live. How is everybody? Hi Denise, I see you! You found me! Okay, let me get my face on here. Hold on one second. Hello! Can you hear me okay? I gotta get set up here. Lenia. So my name is Brandy Jones. Yay! Hi! There I am. There you are. How's your weather? I hope you're like not snowed in and crazy. So you inspired me. My name is Brandy Jones and I am a homeschool mom. I have nothing to sell. I'm not going to be selling you anything. Yay, hearts. Yes, please, if you like what I have to say, just hit the hearts over top of the little guy. They look really pretty. And I have to block that person. Sorry about that. It is a family-friendly show. It did just start snowing there. It is not snowing here. I'm in Southern California and it's very sunny out. I had to close the curtains so you could see me. The snowflake is just for winter. If you put the hashtag winter, the snowflakes come up, and I figured everybody is not quite sick of snow yet. So the snowflakes, look at all the hearts. Thank you. I am 402. Thank you so much for asking. So here's what I wanted to talk about today. I've been getting a lot of questions about homeschool stuff, and I figured I'll do a little bit of a series. Sorry about the light, guys. That's not Russian. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like Swedish either. I speak 4 languages and that's not one of them. So thank you for coming on. But, hello. Is that supposed to be Honduras? I believe it is. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Está bien? Wanted to talk homeschool. Want to figure what I'll do is like a week or two just answering some questions that people have asked me. Get your mind flowing. I know, Denise, you just are kind of revamping what you're doing. And, oh, thank you. No, I do not speak French. No parlez-vous français. Sorry. My daughter does, though. She's learning. Math. Do you have a question about the math? I'm sorry, my eyes are kind of bad, so I can't see everybody's name. If you'd like, you can just type your name at the end of your question so I can refer to you by name. It makes it a little bit easier. So here's what I wanted to talk about. Over the next week or two, I'd like to discuss different questions that people have come up, help you. This time of year, a lot of people, I live in Southern California, a lot in the United States, a lot of people are trying to decide if they want to homeschool or not, or what they want to do in their homeschool. It's a time of year where they, hi Germany, where are you in Germany? What they want to do. Here in the States, we have a lot of different options. I know in Germany, you do not have nearly as many options. I teach my children. I am not a teacher anymore. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be opening anything from my shirt because it really would not be impressive, and it's a family-friendly show, so let's keep it that way. Superwoman, yay! All right, if you say it again, I'm going to block you. So, look, see, you said it again. I'm sorry. And there you go. It's kind of a shame. Oh, look at that, all the trolls. Homeschool got trolls, man. What is that? So I'm sorry about that. Unfortunately, it is the internet. So let's get down to it really fast. Yes, there are quite a lot of people on Periscope that have some issues. Some of the trolls are kind of funny, and you're like, okay, you're like a 6-year-old, and I feel bad for you, but other ones, I have to block them, which Periscope actually keeps track and looks up their accounts, so you can know that that's a really good thing. And I'm sorry I have to sit on the floor, but the kids are in the schoolroom right now playing a game, and so I have to look down, and it's a little bit awkward, but I hope that everybody's okay. I was a teacher, not a certified teacher. I taught preschool, and I was an education major, though. I had a kind of a triple major. It was kind of a dual major, education and psychology and theater, with a minor in Spanish. No, I'm sorry, I don't speak French. I wish that I did. No parlez-vous français. Yo hablo español y inglés y sign language and Gaelic, which nobody ever needs. So let's get down to it. When you're trying to decide on a homeschool program, this is one of the things I wanted to talk about to start at the very beginning, trying to decide if you want to homeschool at all. That's what I want to talk about today. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. And then you are very welcome. I don't know the answer to merci. I'm sorry. I'm so embarrassed that I don't speak French. Oh, there we go. I'm just gonna, you're gone. Sorry. Family friendly. Tomorrow, I would like to talk a little bit more about some different curriculums and things that I know about. See if anybody has any questions. So really fast, here's me. I am at home. I do everything at home. My kids are at home right now. I have 6 of them, ranging in age from 3 to 15. It's a very no, I don't speak Portuguese either. I'm sorry. It's a very common thing on Periscope for people to ask that. It's just a troll thing. So we're going to ignore the troll so I can keep going because I get distracted too easily. So here's the thing. I have 6 kids. The 3-year-old is going to be 4 in April. Yes, I have 6. Who lies about that? No one. And she is going to be starting her kindergarten preschool type work. Yeah, I know, right? 6 kids. I know. But, you know, here's the thing. Somebody has to take care of me when I'm older, right? And if I only had 1, then the odds are not really in my favor. So, and then I have a husband, and you know that at least 2 of those kids are just not going to want to have anything to do with either one of us, so it goes down. So we had to, like, make sure, because they might want to take care of me and not him, and somebody might really like him, and then, like, one of them is autistic, and it could be a problem. So, you only have 1. I gotta tell you, I think 1 is like the hardest thing ever in the history of all children. Everybody is always like, oh my God, you have 6 kids. And I said, no, because like right now I can do this. They entertain themselves. They're doing things. Like 1, you're all the entertainment. Like, if you mess up, there's no like other child to make you feel like you've accomplished anything. They do entertain each other. That's exactly correct. I think 1 and 3 are the go-to, like, all the parents that have 1 or 3 children. I am just amazed by you. It's amazing. I'm sorry, I can't turn it up any louder. I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I'm trying to make it so you can hear me. Anyway, let's talk about homeschool for a little bit. So yeah, see, 3 kids is hard, right? It's hard. How do you decide if you want to homeschool or not, right? Because nowadays, there's so many options with school. You grew up with 4 in your family and there was always someone there for you. See, that's very sweet. That's one of the things I think with, if you only have 1 child, you worry about. You worry, like, are they going to be okay with me? Thank you for the hearts. That's so sweet. You know, are they going to turn to me? Because if they don't, who else are they going to turn to? They're not going to turn to brothers and sisters. I think people with 1 or 3 children are, 1 especially, like, just amazing. Anyway, I digress. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the topic. Because I don't want your time is valuable, I know, as a parent, and I don't want to waste your time. And at any moment, there could be anarchy in my house. So, nowadays, homeschooling is not as weird as it used to be in the 70s or 80s. Okay? It's gone up by 68% in the last year in the United States. It's gone up in Europe by 42% from what I just read on Google this morning. I checked. Now, I don't know if Google has all the answers, but it's kind of my best friend these days, so I'm going with it, okay? You can always find stats in the opposite direction of anything anybody tells you. But it is on the rise. People are choosing all different kinds of reasons as to why to do it. I'm not going to discuss the reasons why or not to, because you're going to have your own personal reasons why you're on my scope today and why you want to talk about that. I'm just giving you my opinion And like I said, I do my thing while they do their thing, so you're going to hear them. Okay, I hope that doesn't bother you. Yes, Monica, isn't that amazing that it's increased by 68%? Since 2013 was what the stat was. People are choosing many, many different reasons to do it. Let's say you're looking at homeschooling, or you just want to know more about it. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I really appreciate it. The first thing that you have to look at is not a curriculum. It's not your kids. It's not where you live. It's not the laws. That's not the first thing. The very first thing you have to look at, and I know I'm crazy, but just go with me on this. Hear me out for a second. Your personality. Whoever's going to be in charge of teaching your kids, are you going to hire tutors so you don't have to worry about that? What kind of personality do you have? You have to be honest with yourself. Because if your kids make you crazy just trying to get them to like do their responsibilities and their chores, is it going to get better? Are you a control person where you really like things to be orderly? Do you get upset helping them with their homework? Are they a preschooler, and if they don't eat with certain forks and knives in certain hands, does that bother you? Because maybe taking on this challenge is not where you want to go, right? Or do you know that you have it in you and that it might get hard, but you handle those hard things and you can take on something else? You need to look at your own personality to decide before anything else, because you're going to waste your time if you're out looking at different curriculums. There's hundreds of thousands of curriculums, and I do want to cover a whole bunch of them. I have a lot of info on curriculums because I've spent about 7 years doing this. I'm not an expert by any means, but I have a lot of different ages because I do have some in high school and they are homeschooled. I do have a special needs child. I do have preschool kids. They were in public school for a little while, so I have some basis, okay? But seriously, the very first thing you want to look at is your personal personality, or the person that will be teaching them. The first thing to look at is your personality, yes. And I just like to read the comments out in case people are seeing it in replay or on YouTube and they don't know what it says. I'm not entirely sure how that works. So thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. Personality. If you're going to hire a tutor, you need to know what kind of person you want in charge. Some people do that for high school. If they're worried about their own, if they have anxiety over, oh my God, I hated algebra. I'm not a math person. I don't want to teach algebra. And I don't want to go online. I want someone to come and see my kid. You need to know what kind of personality you want to hire. Or are you okay with stepping back and saying, hey, online is the way to go? Right? Denise, you can attest to that. You said, you know what? I really like online. I really like, and I'm a huge online type person. My kids adore learning online, and there's so many ways they can do it, and it's instant rewards, and I only have to follow up barely, which is good because some days I have a lot of lazy happening. I'm just saying. There's 6 kids, so some days you have a lot of lazy. Hi. So first tip is really assess your own personality. That's where you want to spend the most time, okay? And I only have 3, so we're going to go. Do I think it takes away from the social skills and the interactions with other kids? I'm going to say 2 things to that. My first go-to answer is no. Not really. Because if you look at how public school it works nowadays, yes, you like that she does it online too. That Denise was answering my question that I said earlier. I am 407. I'm a vampire, but I do have 6 children, and I've been on the planet long enough to have solid opinions. Thank you so much for asking. That's definitely on topic. I'm sorry. I speak in sarcasm, so if that offends you, you might be a troll. Just saying. The social skills, a lot of homeschoolers do a lot of things outside of school because we have so much time that is not in school. All of my kids finish their school in between 3 and 4 hours, usually between 9 to 1, which leaves massive amounts of time for other things. Also, they're very well mannered. So I don't, except for the autistic one, he has some issues he's learning. Thank you for the hearts, guys. That's very sweet. But I expect that they have the proper manners to be able to take them out in public. I don't have to worry about some particular school habits that I had when they were in public school, so they can do more activities. We are very structured in our activities, though. Some families are not. I don't let them do just anything they want for however long they want. They're not all willy-nilly. They have no trouble making friends. In fact, the problem they have is they don't understand why some people act the way they do. For example, they have a really hard time understanding why people would just be mean. Like, why they would just be mean to just be mean. And why when they go to the park, other people, they can't just talk to people. Like, structure is important. It depends on your personality. Some people unschool, they hate structure. They want their kids to just be free and creative and learn through living, which is how adults do it. We're not really that way. But when it comes to social skills, I have found that in today's age, now in the 70s and the 60s, maybe not, but in 2016, social skills and activities for homeschool, especially in the United States, are really not an issue anymore. And I actually, if you watch for in the coming days, I'm actually going to do a scope on that. I'm going to finish up my last two things because I know you don't have a lot of time today. The military vet for 33 years, structure has to be there. Oh my gosh, yes, but you probably do it naturally. Now, I don't know, you might not have done it when you went into the military, but I have found the military really does help people learn to structure. You're saying yes, yes it does. So the first thing that I really think you need to look at if you're going to consider homeschooling, because like I said, a lot of people are considering this year, is your personality, and you have to be honest with yourself. Now here's the thing, if you're not sure you can be honest with yourself, find someone that knows you pretty well, your spouse, or a coworker, a really good friend. Ask them. Ask them to tell you the pros and the cons and be honest both ways. You know, have them do the anti-sell. You don't want to hear how great you are all the time. You want to hear what you're bad at and what might be something you have to overcome, a challenge. And don't see it as a confrontation. See it as, would that challenge be a problem? Am I organized? Would I have to change how I organize? What in my life would I need to change? Would that bother me? Is that going to change our family dynamic? Is that good or is it bad? Is my spouse going to be okay with those family changes? My house is not as clean as I would like because those hours have to be spent on school or homework. And it's not always great. That's honest. It's not always great. Sometimes I'm like, I didn't even get one load of laundry done today. How am I'm like the worst mom ever. But that's not true because I taught a kid how to read and another kid how to spell different properly and how to say library properly, and they now know all the months in a row. And you know, you have to know your personality. Are those little things going to be okay for you? Okay, so my second tip, the next thing you want to look at after you've honestly looked at, maybe written about, talked with some people about, like, take a little bit of time, yeah? Is your kid's personality. Don't go to curriculums yet. Think about your kids. How many kids do you have? They're going to have different personalities. They're going to have different learning styles. Are they lazy? I got a lazy kid. Are they super competitive? I got one of those. Are they going to do everything up and beyond? I got one of those. How do I accommodate all those different kids? How do I accommodate preschool and biology? Like, can I put those together? Is that going to make me crazy? Kids' personalities. And there's a ton of info on kids' personalities online and how to address it and how to figure it out. But you probably are going to have an easier time with your kids' personality than you are your own. I'm just saying. I do recommend that you also ask your significant other or other family members or even teachers that would be open to homeschooling. Sometimes they're not. They don't want you to lose their kids from the school. Yes, thank you. She said they're great things to think about before making your decision. I'm so glad. Thank you. I really appreciate you being on my scope today because sometimes, you know, these are just my opinions. So I sometimes feel like I'm intruding, but you came to me, so I think the autistic is fighting with someone over a video game, so I hope that the sound doesn't bother you. They're okay, I promise. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about is once you've determined personalities, you need to start looking at curriculums, but you'll be able to narrow it down a lot because you'll be able to say, that one is too structured. That one's not structured enough. That's online or not online. I don't want to deal with that much paper. I am not going to be organized with that many subjects. I want it all streamlined, or I want classical, or I really am into the arts and languages, and I need to make sure my curriculum has that because I'm that creative kind of person. Like, my kids knit, and that's part of what they do. Like, that's actually part of school. We go to art museums for field trips, and that's... Some people aren't that way. Some people are like, no, if they get pens and pencils and they're drawing, I don't need that in my curriculum. No, English alone is fine. I don't need Spanish. I don't need Japanese. I don't need French. I don't need any of that stuff. Once you've looked at your personality and you've looked at your kids' personalities, you've determined your kid is stubborn and an auditory learner. So you know that you probably want an online course. You probably want something that is streamlined, because you're going to have enough battles on your hand. And you probably want something they can listen to with headphones and see at the same time, because they might have Charlie Brown's disease and not hear you all the time, right? Do any of your kids have that where it's like you look at them and they immediately go, wah, 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 wah. Yeah. So having a different teacher online, like a computer is considered a teacher in some senses. There's so many online versions, but you get my point, right? You guys are smart enough to understand. I don't have to spell it out. Then you can start looking at curriculums. So that's me. I'm a homeschool mom. I'm not selling anything. I would love for you to find me on Facebook. My name is Brandy Jones, and I will be your friend. And you can also find my Instagram, and I'm on Twitter, although I don't tweet very much because I don't really understand Twitter. But I'm going to be back on tomorrow, and what I'm going to talk about tomorrow is going to be a jumping off from here, where I'm going to talk a little bit about some different curriculums, spend a couple days on what you could be looking at. So feel free to share and let people know tomorrow. These are up for 24 hours, and then I'm hoping to get them up on my YouTube if my phone recorded it properly. And like I said, I'm not selling anything. I'm just sharing what I know. Homeschool has been great for our family, but I really feel like a lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions. Yes, it's Brandy Jones. Actually, Facebook is Brandy Jones, and I can never remember my Instagram. Hold on, I'm thinking I need like hold music, right? And I am always like this, which is kind of embarrassing. It's Brandy BJ, like blue jeans. It's actually my nickname because my name is actually Brandy Jean. But so it's whatever my Periscope handle is, you can find me on Instagram. I think it's Brandy BJ, maybe. I look like this in all my pictures, so you can find me. I'll try and have a sign tomorrow. I'll look it up for tomorrow. And hopefully around 3 p.m. Pacific. That seems to work for my kids, so we'll see what happens. And like I said, take some time. Three major tips. Follow me if you swipe on an iPhone. If you swipe, this is my right. So I think you swipe to the right. You'll find my name. You can click. You'll get a notification that says that I'm on. You can always watch the replay and tap little hearts if you like what you hear. That's the way Periscope works, and I probably should have said that at the beginning. So tomorrow, going to discuss curriculums. Probably going to start with what we decided on when we very first started and how we did it, how we use the public school system at the very beginning, and I think I'll just work through some of the different ones that we've used. Hi, California, where are you at? Ted Cruz. You know, I really don't follow politics that much until it gets really, really, really important. And right now I don't find it to be terribly important. It's all about, like, the non-important stuff, because they haven't really said who's doing what. Culver City, hey, we're north of Los Angeles, so kind of close to you. Am I stoned? No, that's a way to kill people, isn't it? So I'd be dead. So, no. That's kind of an odd question. Don't you feel that's an odd question? Anyway, I'm a huge fan of trolls. Can you tell? I hope you have a lovely day and go out and be the best that you can be. That's your main job in this world, is to just be the best that you can be. And I'm going to be back on tomorrow. Oh, you love my shirt. Thank you. My husband got it for me. Yeah, I live in the superhero house. We have a lot of, I wear a lot of superhero. We have a lot of superheroes. We're kind of comic booky, nerd, geeky types. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Try and jot down your 3 things. Your personality, your kid's personality, and then what essentially you're looking for in types of curriculum, and that's going to be my jumping off point tomorrow. Thanks so much for taking the time to spend with me today. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely night. Bye, Crack. I saw you. You're just kidding. Bye.